What's up,
Hey,
everybody? How we doing?
Hey.
What's new, buddy?
Not much. Jasmine is in the splash zone.
That's perfect. I need her. I need that energy.
A little bit too much, but
That's
okay.
okay.
Not much.
Yeah.
I guess I'll share this first. So I had some shows yesterday.
Okay. Can I
First
say
show?
something about the shows before you start? Just as a positive?
Yeah.
I love when they post you on their story.
Oh yeah.
And they say a little something about you. It makes it feel real legit. Like, I don't know if you feel like it's too legit, but like it feels nice.
You don't want to know an inside secret?
A little bit.
You just say like, this person is hilarious, and I did so mediocre on that show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, it makes me feel like
I did just above okay.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of like a.
You never would have known. You know?
I know, it looks fucking sweet,
like
doesn't
you
it?
were, people were waiting for you to get there.
Yeah,
like, they were like, fucking,
yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Social media, baby. Lies,
Bro,
lies,
it's all
lies
about
through
imagery.
Yeah.
You know? That's it.
No, it was a fun show. It was Zach Vandergriff show, and it was in the West Village. That I did 9 minutes, which was cool. I opened the show, which is called Taking the...
You got 9 minutes?
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
I was supposed to do 7, but he just let me keep going because I was doing okay.
Nice.
But I opened the show, which is called Taking the Bullet. So, like, the crowd's kind of like, they're just warming up kind of thing.
Right.
And it was... His dad was in town with all of his friends, so it was like the equivalent of like our parents and like 7 of their couple friends. So the vibes were like a little weird.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know?
little weird.
Like people, like the kid who started the show was like, I was like, is he? You know, what's the line here? And immediately went into like a jerk off joke, and I was like, we are fully underway here, baby.
Hey,
we
Mom.
are off to the races.
Yeah. Tough.
And what played a lot was like I opened with like some wedding stuff, and it was like my wedding bits start like very kind of like, yeah, we're all just having fun, but then I get dark and make like fun of deaf people, and it like they did not like that.
Really? Well,
They clammed up when I went into like darker material, but then like when I did like the Spain stuff, they were fully out on that.
Really?
Because it's like
you've been telling me that has been hit or miss, which I can't.
Hit or miss on the crowd. It's hit or miss on the crowd, and like I did it at the stand at 5:00. And like it was all like people in their 20s and 30s, and it rips.
Yeah.
Like it fucking rips. But it's like for parents.
What percentage of the crowd was parents and friends of parents?
At this show?
Yeah.
There was only like 20 people in the crowd, so it was like
a
70%.
hard third, yeah. Oh, 70%?
70%.
I thought you said it was like 7 people.
It was like 8 couples.
That feels like doing stand-up at like a baptism.
Yeah,
like,
it was definitely
it
was a vibe. So good practice though, and I got them on. So then I pivoted to like I have some jokes about like my mom and my grandma, and that went really well. They're jokes.
No.
That went well. And then I did the mouse story, and that went well because I added some like crowd work in, and everybody was like rich there, and I was telling them that I'm like, yeah, you probably all fucking have exterminators take care of this shit. This is a rent stabilized apartment. I got to take care of it myself. So I like did that, and that whole section worked, which was cool. So it was a very kind of hit or miss show.
Coaster.
But it's one of those things where it's like I'm going into the Spain stuff, and I'm like leading into it. I'm like, I know it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you're not going to like this. You know what I mean? Because I think it's like a parent's instinct to be like the vibe was like, oh, this young man is relapsing. I can't laugh at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's...
The word relapse is so loaded now that like it means something to us. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened.
That's what they don't know me. They don't know me at all.
Right.
I'm meeting these people for the very first time.
Honestly, knowing you might have hurt your chances. You know what I mean? Like knowing where you came from. If they really knew how bad it was.
No, because it's like when you're friends, you're fucking joking. Right, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So
yeah.
But okay, so Stan I had a 6 set. It was an amazing time. I had a very good time. Then I did that show. It was very okay. Then like there's like for the Laughing Buddha thing that I work for, there's an 11:30 politically incorrect mic, which I used to host. I used to host this mic at Eastville, a club in Brooklyn. And they get a lot of people that like lose fantasy football bets. and have to do stand up.
Hilarious punishment.
Dude, when I did my first open mic,
It's a great punishment.
it's a great punishment. When I did my first open mic, it was a Buddha mic, and
Yeah,
you all
I
came.
know.
Like we showed up with like 10 guys.
Double dinner.
Double dinner. Yeah, that was the worst joke ever.
It's so funny that you thought it was so good though. Like you were like, "This is gold."
I don't even think it was gold. I was just like, "This is what we're saying." I don't know. I did like 2 minutes and was like, "See ya!" Like, it's like I gotta get the fuck out of here.
It's all right. Dennis literally like fucked the microphone that night.
Honestly,
so
that was pretty funny though.
That was the funniest thing of the whole.
But so these two kids, like, they lost their fantasy football bets, and they had, like, I'm not even kidding, 60 friends buy tickets.
Good
So
crowd.
it's usually an open mic, but we knew in like a month in advance that these kids were like, "Hey, we're coming down from upstate. We have a big weekend planned. We want to do the show. We have 60 tickets."
down from like
Yeah.
a ways.
Allegedly, that's what it was. So then the company was like, "Hey, we're not going to do it as an open mic. We're going to do it as like a show for all the hosts that work for the company." So it was like all of like my peers, whatever.
That's cool.
So they put the kids up like maybe like 4th and 5th. I went up like 18th. Okay, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I got on stage, and like
At an open mic or open
well, it was like a
mic?
show, but
Right.
like people, like we're all hanging out at the bar and everybody's coming off stage and they're like, it's getting rough in there. Like the kids were like, people were like leaving the, like half the people were just like hanging out at the bar. It was like a full showroom. It was like like 20 kids just like walked out and were just like hanging out at the bar. Like they just didn't want to be bothered anymore. And everybody was like, lower your expectations. It sucks. It's awful, whatever. So my boy Trevor Liberty's on before me, and he's just like, "Fuck you!" He's just like roasting everybody. So I was like, I was third to last. So I was like, I can't do material. Like I must do the same shit. So I got on the stage, and everybody's just talking, like in the crowd. So I was just like, yeah, what is even going on here? So I start fucking just going around the room, like these fucking people are talking. These people suck. What's going on here? And I was like, what's up with you, pal? And
So direct.
so yeah.
Fuck
So
you, man.
but it was like chill, you know.
Yeah.
We're having
Sounds chill.
It was chill.
Yeah.
It was a little hostile.
It was chill. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
dude. So it was. We started going back. I'm literally just talking. I'm just like, so what'd you do today, pal? And he was like, he said something. And I like made a joke. Everybody laughed, and he was like, what'd you say? And I was
challenging you?
he's like, yeah, I can't understand you what you're saying. And I was like, Ed, that's a you problem, buddy. Everybody just laughed. You fucking missed it. You know what I mean? And he goes, come on, let's hear a bit. Do a bit. So I was like, dude, this is my first heckler ever.
Oh, you gotta-
and I
you bury him?
fucking eviscerated this kid. Dude, it was electric. And they filmed it, and I'm going to get it on tape, and I fucking destroyed this child,
Is
dude.
that better than the rush of killing normal?
It was
like normal
very, very stressful because I was just like, he kind of won him back over because he was like, do a bit, bro. Which is like, you're kind of putting me on the spot.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
like,
like, oh,
I
you're
can't
not
go
funny
into a
enough.
bit because I'm like,
We're
that's not
fighting.
it. You know what I mean? I'm like, now we're fighting. So then I just like started like, I was like, I had to fucking keep talking to this kid. And I won it back and I just started destroying this kid.
Ooh.
And then I went into... I really did, dude. It was sick. It was fucking sweet. And then I went into I did the Spain story, and it did very well.
'Cause now you got him.
Now I got him, and
Right.
I had like one of the best sets of the night, and it was fucking sweet. But it was like, dude, it was so. I was just like, I can't let this kid embarrass. Like it was because then it's like all
You're
my
fighting
friends
for your life.
I was
your
fighting,
reputation.
I was fighting for my
You're
reputation
against
in my
the
life.
ropes.
Yes.
You're like, I gotta come out of here,
Yeah.
or I'm a pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
And not funny.
But we won, dude.
We won. Hell
We
yeah.
won. It was
Dude,
pretty
I'm gonna
sick.
be honest. I don't think I win that situation. Like I'm very kind of turned on by you right now. That
It
you
was
won
fucking sweet. I can't wait to show you the video.
I'm very excited
And-
about that.
But I legitimately, because I was just like, we were just going back and forth, and it's so funny too because I would just be like, I was getting laughs on like the easiest shit because everybody was like, don't do smart jokes.
Right.
And I was just like, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? I'm like,
Where's the smart
Where's
line?
the line?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would just be like, fuck you, pal. And that would get like a huge laugh. And I was just like, I'm just going to do more of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was...
That's a good exercise, though. I feel like you gotta
have sets like that.
Yeah, you gotta do that sometimes.
It was pretty lit.
Because if
And
you
then-
could mix that into a regular set, you're golden. That's kind of the dream.
It was... You could never... like that set was completely born out of a place of like the situation.
Right, you can never force an altercation.
I came on the stage like absolutely guns blazing because I was just like, nobody's paying attention. Everybody's hammered.
Right.
People are talking. I got to win over fucking 80 people that want to leave.
Right.
And it was, dude, but
That's
I fucking
tough.
won.
Well, you
dude.
fucking won?
I won. I came off stage like everybody was fucking fist bumping me and shit. And then when I was leaving, like all the people were hanging out at the bar, and I went up to the kid, and I was like, because my last.
You went up to him?
I went up to the kid because.
What if he just fucking bodied you?
No, he was a small kid. So one of my last lines was like, "Hey, everybody said this was gonna suck. I actually had a good time, but you can go fuck yourself. I'll see you in the parking lot, pal." And I said that to the kid, and I got another laugh. And then I was just like, "Bro, it's all laughs. It's all a good time." And then all of his friends were like, "That was fucking sick." And I was like, I'm going home, baby, and I won that shit.
His friends are probably like, this is the best night of my life. Like, this kid is getting bodied.
Yeah, it was
That's
fucking
awesome.
sweet.
Oh my god, dude.
So
Good
that
for you.
was pretty sweet.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I think you needed one of those.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
It was a flex job.
Yeah, flex job. You're like, now you're smart and like witty. Kinda.
I can handle out. Well, that's the thing. It's like
because there's a
was
fine
like,
line between like just yelling mean shit at a person and it being like funny and construed positively by the audience.
Yes.
Like you could just be in a fight with the guy and it's not funny. It's like,
well,
weird.
that was the thing. The kid really kind of turned it on me, and it was like very. It was kind of like out of nowhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where he just was like, "Do a bit." When he said that,
he probably was having a panic attack on the inside, though. He was probably like, "Shit, now I'm on the hot seat. Fucking you go."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've been like when we went to that comedy show, and we were in the front row at the stand, and that chick was doing that bit where she like hits on somebody in the crowd, and it was me. Like I was having a panic. I mean, we were also on mushrooms.
Yeah, true.
But
we were quite literally on mushrooms.
We were quite literally on mushrooms, but like. Even so, like when you're on the hot seat in a comedy show, it's fun for like a second, and then you're like, "Fuck!" Like I kind of want to escape this scenario. Yeah. So he was probably freaking out. So
he
good
was
for
probably
you.
trying to escape. Yeah,
and you just held his neck. And were like, "Fucking fuck you, dude."
Yeah. I mean,
fuck you.
Yeah,
that's
it was
awesome.
just 4 minutes of me kind of, and then I was doing the Spain story, and I was like ad-libbing lines like the one story with the one part where I was like, the phrase "let's fucking go" was bounce around my cellar band was like hugging an old friend. That got a big laugh, and I said, "Not you, pal. Fuck you." Like it was like, yeah.
So he was just part of the show.
He was just part of the show now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just made him part of the thing. That's why I dapped the kid up afterwards because I went up to him. He kind of was like this, and I was like, "It's all love, dude."
But that's a beautiful thing because
you
like
made it fun. Honestly,
it makes it fun, and also like if that happens and you don't keep tagging back to that, it's like what a missed dynamic. It's like, oh, you're just sticking to your script. Like no, like mix it in.
You couldn't.
Good job.
You had to not just go through material. Like you had to.
Very cool that like your open mic vibe turned into a show though. That's kind of I've never heard of something like that going on.
Well, that's
interesting.
Yeah, I mean that show gets that open mic gets people there a lot. Mm-hmm. Like I've done it where like I've told you the story one time where some kid brought fucking like 45 people literally, and we put him up third to last. So that
everybody had to
stay because that was the thing. They went up. The kids that brought the people went up like fourth and fifth, and everyone was like, "Fuck you! This is it's 12:30. I'm done with this. Like I don't need to fucking hear this shit anymore."
Right.
But I pulled the kid up third to last, which honestly has like a rebound effect of like the friends were just like, "What the fuck? When is he going up?" kind of thing. So they were like losing interest anyway. So it's kind of hard
you gotta
to
find a happy medium. I guess like throw him right in the middle.
Yeah, right
somewhere.
in the middle is probably the sweet
Beginning's
spot.
bad, end is rude.
Yeah,
middle's cool.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But still, fucking, that's awesome, dude.
That was sweet.
Good shit, man.
Yeah,
congrats.
What's up with you?
I have some news. I am a second-time best man.
Oh,
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, my brother asked me to be his best man. Finally.
Yeah.
Took forever. But, dude, the way he did it was so cute. And I've been wanting to tell you this for so long. And you're kind of, you're not involved in it, but, like, you're going to feel this a little bit. So I'm like, me and my brother, now that I live in Long Beach, we don't see each other all the time.
Right.
So we make time to hang out. And it's usually we're doing something weird, like watching an old movie that we used to watch or like something, whatever. Or like
freaks.
Or like a horror movie, like something we bond over. So I get a text from him and he's like, dude, how cool would it be if we had a catch tomorrow? Because we were going to go to a movie. We were going to see the new Exorcist movie, which was terrible, by the way. And he was like, what if we had a catch in the backyard beforehand? Like, we have so much time. And I was like, that would be adorable. Let's absolutely have a catch. And he sends me pictures. He goes, I found these.
Does Frankie know how to throw?
Debatable. It's up in the air as well. That was my first instinct. I was like, are you trying to tear your labrum? Like, what are we doing here? But he sends me a picture. Remember that old first baseman's mitt?
Oh, yeah, the one that never got broken in?
Never got broken in. He sends me a picture of that glove. He's like, I found this. Like, we could have a catch. I was like, oh, my God, this glove. Like, I'm getting, like, flashbacks
PTSD of trying to break that glove.
And your hand, like, just cramping and hurting. So, I get home and we're like having a catch. It's hilarious. Like he's throwing like all over the place and we're just having a good time laughing or whatever. But like my parents are watching. Everybody's around. Sabrina's like holding the dog. I'm like staying home, like kind of just like in the back of my head, I'm just like, why is this such a spectacle? Like I know this is adorable, but like, why is everybody watching for like 10 minutes straight? And I throw him a ball and like, again, like my brother is a beautiful kid. Beautiful kid. Talented.
Handsome.
Talented.
Tall. On computers.
And
technology.
Film. Technology.
He knows how to fly simulation planes.
Very well.
Not a sporty boy.
Not an athlete. Doesn't exactly have what one would call hand-to-eye...
Coordination,
right.
Big hands.
Huge. Useless.
Useless hands, yeah.
I would even go to his feet. Big feet.
Right.
Long legs.
Right.
Crooked.
Yeah. Knock-kneed.
Knock-kneed. Buckled. Yeah,
he was the class president.
Walks
like a duck.
Not the captain of a team. Walks like a duck. Walks like he has a dick in his head. No. No, beautiful kid. Love him so much. But yeah, not athletic. So I throw him a ball, and I'm being easy on him. Like I'm not chucking balls at him. I throw him a ball, and he just misses it. Like it's right here. And he just like, it's like oops. And the ball goes behind him. I'm like, I'm waiting for him. He's in a bush for like a while, like getting the ball. I'm like, what is going on? He gets up and he throws me this ball and I catch it and it's a squishy ball. It's like a white squishy ball. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I fucking whip it at him. Because I'm like this idiot picked up the wrong ball. So I chuck it at him and like I said, not an athlete, not quick. This kid is not, his reflexes aren't exactly honed in.
Right.
Kid fucking, like Odell Beckham snatches this ball out of the sky. And I'm like, damn. I was like, yo, good catch. And he throws it back to me. I'm like, why are you throwing me this ball? He goes, read it, you moron. I look at it. It has like a bow tie. And it says best man and the date of the wedding. Sorry, I wasn't talking to the mic. It says best man, the date of the wedding. And I was like, literally, dude, I got like head to toe, just a warm, like,
that's awesome.
And it was just like a beautiful moment.
Such a fucking big brother dumb fuck moment of you
like
just grabbing the ball.
It's like, here, shove that up your head.
Will you be my best man? Fucking big ass
pussy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it was super cute. And then we went and saw the movie. We had a great night, and it was adorable.
Nice.
So now I got to write that speech. I'm excited about that.
When's the wedding?
It's next August, like mid-August. So got plenty of time.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was exciting stuff. I've been waiting to tell you that, dude. I wanted
That's
to tell
hilarious.
you for so long.
Love
I
you,
knew
Frankie.
you would get a kick out of this friggin' glove.
Was that it?
That was it for that story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 New York moments I want to share with you that I've had recently.
York moments?
New York moments, like near, fucking New York City moments.
I know how you do.
First one, don't feel attacked. It's about Italians.
There's always something about. We've been like
New York
consistent.
City. It's New York City. It's
I mean,
part of
the Italians have been run out of the city. I feel.
What?
Come on.
What?
You know, I feel like the Italians aren't here anymore.
They're in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And they've always been in Brooklyn?
Bronx, Brooklyn. They kind of bounced around a little bit. Yeah.
They're not city folk.
Right.
They don't belong here.
Chill.
They're not good enough.
Y'all, you people don't belong here.
No, obviously.
Yeah.
So it was Columbus Day parade. Like it has the Italian. I didn't know that the Columbus Day parade was like an Italian parade. I had no clue it was an Italian parade.
You didn't know that?
I thought it was. I was like, so I'm fucking biking to one
All
of my
the Guineas
patients'
are like,
house.
fucking what? We can't celebrate Christopher Columbus? He's the best.
So I pulled up to this parade and I was like, oh, it's the Columbus Day parade, and my fucking like New York progressive brain was like, oh, this is like an indigenous people parade.
Because they changed it.
But then it was just a bunch of like Goombas walking down Fifth Ave, and I was like, oh, this is a fucking throwback, baby.
Yeah, baby. A lot of hair grease.
But I had to cross the parade. Like my patient lives on Fifth Ave. I had to cross the parade to go to work, you know? So I'm at 72nd and 5th Ave, and there's like cops there with barricades, and I was like, I got to cross. And they're like, you got to go down to 64th Street. And I was like, all right. So I go down to 64th Street, and they're like, no, you got to go to 66th Street. And I was like, all right. So then I go to 66th Street. I'm on my bike, and the parade's like going by or whatever, and they just let a group cross, and then they guard it back up. And they're like, yeah, you got to wait another like 15, 20 minutes before we let you cross again. And I was like, oh my God, like, fuck you people, come on. And I'm like, they're like, you can go to 72nd. I was like, I was just fucking at 72nd. And then they're like, just wait, we'll get you across 15, 20. I text my patient. I'm like, I'm going to be fucking late because of this parade, right? There's so many. So they just let a group go. So I'm like the first one. And then it's just like slowly but surely, like people are just piling into this group. And they're like, when can we go? And the lady's like, 15, it's a cop, 15, 20 minutes. And it's just more people are coming. And people are starting to get unruly. And they're like, there's a gap. There's a gap in the parade. Can we just go? And she's like, you can't go. Like, you got to just wait. If you want to go to 59th Street, you can go under. And everyone's like, fucking whatever. And we're waiting there. I'm not even kidding, for like 30 minutes now. And people are getting fucking livid. And dude, it's like, it's so funny because it's a parade.
Stop Italian hate, dude. This ain't helping our cause right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. There was like all these, like an Italian, it was like an Italian pop princess.
Be careful, buddy.
Went by, and she was like singing a song, and they're like, it's a parade, so they're like waving at the crowd, but like the crowd is only like unruly New York. They're like, fuck you, we're trying to go to work, let us cross. And I like Miss New York came by in like a convertible and like was doing one of these, and some guy was like, I gotta go to work, you're fucking killing me here. And they finally let us cross, and I was like, this shit is just so it's just such a New York thing where it's like no one can enjoy there's no one even at this fucking parade.
Yeah.
Because
chill, bro.
Well, you weren't there either.
I was right. I wasn't there, right? I know. I'm like talking shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't help our. I feel, dude. Italians are just not. We don't have a good social outlook. Like, people aren't like rah Italians that aren't Italian. That's not helping our cause. Like,
people are. I'm pretty rah Italian. I think it's
what are you
very
talking
fun
about?
that I can get all my racism out on Italians.
That's not rah Italian. That's the exact opposite.
No, because you always say that if you can make fun of a group, it's like it's a full assimilation. You always say full assimilation means that we can all make fun of each other.
But it's not the same if you could only make fun of Italians. Like, that's the one group that
they're
you're
assimilated.
making fun of.
You can make fun of Irish.
Make fun of a couple black guys. Mix them in.
I dare you to make fun of some Puerto Ricans.
You do it all the time.
You can make fun of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. I don't think I could, actually.
No, you couldn't.
I don't think
Irish and Italians are fair game.
Irish is easy. You're right. Irish and Italian is fair
you can make
game.
fun of the South easily.
Yeah, but I wouldn't make fun of the South in the South.
You can't go too South. Can't make fun of Mexicans.
Well, yeah, eventually when you get South, you're North. You know
can
what I
make
mean?
fun of Canadians.
Yeah, that's easy too, right?
They have to be white.
What a shame.
What else can you do? You can't.
What a shame. That really limits joy, I feel.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
I
you're
do
a
agree.
big assimilation guy.
Like, we're fucking around. I do feel warmer that you can make fun of. Like, I like the fact that we can fuck around with Italians.
Yeah.
It just hurts that it's not that you can't fuck with everybody. I feel like people would feel happier if people made fun of them. Like, I'm not a black man.
You want to weigh in?
By any means. I'm certainly not a black man. There's no hiding anything. However, I would like to think, to a certain point, there must be at least one black guy out there who's like, kind of like, feels like they're missing out a little bit,
right,
on the humanity of everything.
Just a little razzing,
a little bit of how you doing,
yeah,
without the now I don't have my job. You know what I mean? Like, it would be nice to feel included. I feel
that's
for those people.
So I know that's your take. That's your take.
It is a take.
Yeah, so that's why I brought it up for you.
Right.
Also, I'll say this in terms of like you're like Italians. I think
you say the word Italians with a little bit of it kind of does hurt a little.
Tone.
I do feel included, but I also
do
feel
it on purpose.
Excluded.
I'm also Italian though.
Yeah, but are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're also Puerto Rican, but I don't get that either. Like,
I would say
if you made fun of a Puerto Rican to their face, like a real hardcore Puerto Rican, they'd be upset. I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It depends
you
on.
You have to be like, but no, I'm a quarter Puerto Rican.
Well, it depends on what I'm saying.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
They'd be like, all right, ginger. Like, fuck you, white boy.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't make fun of Puerto Ricans.
Right.
I could try.
You could do it.
I could do it.
make fun of Puerto Ricans. It just might not end great. depending on what neighborhood you're in.
That's why it's fun. It's just Italians are easy targets. But I am Italian. Dude, I'll say this: I'm the full mix there. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got the Irish in me, the alcoholism. I got the Italian, like my.
The
I remember,
appetite. You got the Italian appetite.
That's what I was going to say about. So that's what I'll just go there, which is. I think Italian. You were talking about like, Italians they get shit on a lot. Italian cuisine, dude.
I mean, we hit a grand
no
slam.
No one's topping that.
Yeah, I dare you to
know
come
what I mean?
for
It's
it.
like pasta and pizza and the other
I had
stuff.
pizza last night. Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they don't miss.
They don't miss. So it's we're tearing them down because they're so high up.
But they
Doesn't
don't
it feel
get,
good to be on top?
They don't get I don't think, like, we're having this intimate conversation. I would call this an intimate conversation.
Would you?
Maybe. I feel like the appreciation for the cuisine is also, it goes under the radar. I don't think people really talk up Italian food much anymore. I don't hear it. I feel like in New York, people are so used to good Italian food, it's like taken for granted. It's like, oh, I can get a good slice of pizza for $1 at 5 in the morning. It's like I expect it. If you brought some sick pizza like to someone who, I don't know, maybe in like Wyoming, they'd be like, holy shit balls. This is
used
delicious.
to hate Italians.
Right. And now, wow, what a people.
Right.
What a people.
Right.
I feel like it's taken for granted. I don't feel like people get what Italians did to like the Northeast. Like New York is like built on Italian cuisine. The Bronx, dude, food.
We get it. You're Italian.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Anyway, my other New York moment. My other New York moment was so this morning I went to bed. That set was done at like 1:30, whatever the fuck. I got home late as shit. I was wired after that. Could not fall asleep.
Yeah,
I was
you're
up
on
like,
a high, dude.
But it was like a
Run
high
through a
of
wall.
like it was like a high of like, whoa, I really got put on my. So I woke up to honking. Like I set an alarm. I was like, I'm going to get up at like 11:30.
You hear honking at this point? I feel like you.
No, but
you
it
know
was
what I
just
mean?
like it was like
it's so used to it. Like an alarm.
Like an alarm, but like a just a low grade alarm.
Interesting.
So then I was like, oh fuck this, I'm gonna try and go back to sleep, and it just wouldn't stop. And I was like, fucking A.
What a shame.
So then I just came in here, made a cup of coffee, I'm sitting there, I'm like just fucking waking up, I'm scrolling on my phone, and I'm like going in and out, and I'm like, it's still honking. Like it's 12 o'clock now. I woke up at 10:30. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like, I got to put my shoes on and go check this shit out. So I assumed it was coming from that street, and I went outside and I looked to I go down the street, I look to my left, there is a horde of people standing around this car. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit, like this is on my own street, whatever. So I walk over there and some guy standing there. I was like, so I assume we're all pissed off about the car, right? And they're like, yeah, like this fucking car, it's been going off since 11:30 last night. And I was like, damn, like I didn't fucking realize that. And on the some guy was like, do you live on the street? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, can you do me a favor and call 911? Because we're all calling 911. I'm telling everybody to call 911 so they come deal with it. And I was like, I fucking got you, dog. And then I'm talking with this guy. He lives over here. We were talking about how my street gets closed for Halloween, how excited we are. And then
it gets closed. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we have a sick
that.
little Halloween party.
Love that.
And on the person's windshields, like people left notes, like so many notes. There was like 12 notes just like all through the windshield, and it was like one of them was like, your car's going, like your alarm is going off, like come on. And then another one was like, nobody's trying to steal your car, shut your fucking alarm off. And I had some paper, because I always have like little notes in my like little fucking notes that I write like my set list on. And I had a pen in and I was like, oh, I'm gonna write one, but I was like, everything good has been said, so I just wrote fuck you. Like on a tiny little piece of paper and stuck it in. I walked back inside.
That's the winner, right there.
And then I went back outside to take the garbage out, and the cops are here.
Cut through the cops actually will
Well, they
show
have
up
to
for
tow
that?
the car, dude. It's been going off for like 12 hours.
They tow the car.
I assume so.
That's wild.
Or maybe they run the plates and they find the owner and.
No, they probably tow the car. I doubt they go through a bunch of hoops. They probably like, fuck this car, call a tow company, because then that makes money for the city. They got to pay the fucking tow company.
Yeah.
Well, how you doing? Well, how you doing?
Yeah.
That's New York, dude.
So it was.
That's awesome.
That was another New York.
Wow.
Moment. I bet the person was Italian.
Forgetful piece of shit. Dude, probably making sauce. Couldn't leave the sauce. Stir it for 12 hours.
What are we going to do?
Dude, that's so. I have always a fear. Whenever I feel like everybody has this. Whenever you hear one, do you check your keys and you set your alarm off on your car?
I don't have a car.
Oh, you don't have a car. Whenever I'm in my apartment and I hear a car alarm, I push my panic button. I set off my car alarm and then I'll hear mine go off.
From your apartment?
No, I'll go outside. And I'll push it and then I'll unpush it, like to make sure it's not me being the asshole. Yeah. Because I'm not a piece of shit. It's all Italians.
Yeah.
You see,
hey,
courteous,
hey.
embarrassed, not even touching you. I can't do it. If it happens again, I will kill myself.
Sorry, I don't touch Italians.
Greasy bastards. Oh my god, so funny, dude. Oh,
what you got?
I got a couple things here.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the things I want to talk about are about Halloween. If I'm being honest.
Oh,
with you.
sure, yeah. I wrote Halloween on mine. I just wrote spooky season Halloween, and I don't really have anything. But I know you're a big Halloween guy.
I'm a huge Halloween guy, but this isn't even really about Halloween. But I was the other day I was walking back from the gym and I smelled like a bonfire or something, like fire. I don't that. Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, ooh, that smells like autumn to me,
like camp.
Yeah, but then I was like, wait, but I feel like that's a summer smell. Like, I feel like in the beginning of summer, you smell like the bonfires, and you're like, oh, people are outside grilling. I smell the fire. That's a summer thing. Is that a summer thing or an autumn thing, smelling a fire? Or is it just when you smell it, it's that season? Like, if I smelled a fire in the dead of winter, I'm like, fireplace is on. Winter. It's cold. That's a winter smell.
Maybe it's cold outside.
Yeah, I think fire is any season, you're like, that's that season smell. Like every season has its fire smell.
I'm very confused on what your question is. So,
what do you think about this fire smell? What season do you think of when you smell fire?
Whatever season it is.
I don't think that's my point, though.
I don't think fire is a one season element.
I disagree,
you know
but
I mean?
disagree. I think it is every season element, but at the same time, it tells you that season. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel me? Do you see? Are you?
I'm trying to feel you. I am finding it difficult, though.
You're not. You don't see what I'm saying.
So it's the summertime.
Okay, right. Let's paint a picture.
Yeah,
it's
the
summertime.
Yeah,
it's like, let's say it's Memorial Day weekend, right after Memorial Day weekend.
It would have to be late. Yeah, but it would have to be late in the night.
Later in the night,
because no one sets a day fire.
Who would do such a thing, right? It's later in the night. Maybe you're walking by the beach, right? And you smell a fire. You're like, ooh, someone's having a bonfire on the beach. They're doing marshmallows, like summer. Oh, they're making some wieners.
Yeah,
someone's
got a guitar. They're singing "Kumbaya."
Right, they're doing some. I was about to say aerobics, and I obviously meant acoustics, but I was going to say aerobics. They're doing some acoustics. Maybe they're singing. Yeah, Kumbaya. How you doing?
Okay.
What a summer moment. Sure. You're like, summer.
Right.
This is summer. Okay. Right? Summer. That now you're associating that fiery smell with summer.
Okay.
We've all been at a summer bonfire. You got sunburned at one.
Right.
We were there together, right? That's a summer memory. Okay. Now it's winter. It's snowing. Right?
Yeah.
Someone's got their wood-burning stove on, heating up the house, the cabin. The cabin's getting heated up with a little fireplace.
Maybe they just have a fireplace, yeah.
Maybe they got a fireplace.
Yeah.
You were walking down the street, it's freezing, you're bundled up, you got a beanie on, but like it's a nice little nip in the air. It's like your cheeks are cold, but it's nice.
You smell some fire, and you're like,
you smell some, you're like, oh, that smells warm.
I could use a cup of tea and maybe put a sweater on.
Could use some hot cocoa with a little blanket next to that fireplace. Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe...
Yeah, I feel that.
Nuzzle up next to the missus.
Yeah.
Dog on the lap.
Okay.
What a winter memory that it now became. Same smell. Do you feel where I'm at?
What the fuck are you talking about? Lydia, do you know what he's talking about?
She knows what I'm talking about. You're an idiot. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Are you saying they're different smells?
They're the same smell. It's my point. But when you smell it, it's that season immediately. Because it is that season, I guess, in the moment. You know what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying that sometimes you're just like, maybe I got it.
You get it.
Okay.
Okay.
You're Joe, and you're just coasting through life sometimes, and you're just like not even paying attention to what's going on or anything at all.
I feel like you're taking context clues. You're building a fucking different scenario.
Listen, I'm trying to interpret.
All right.
This is my interpretation of what you just said.
Feels attackful.
So I'm Joe, and I have like barely any thoughts in my brain.
And there is a pong game going on in my skull.
And then all of a sudden... What's that smell?
Ooh, fire.
Oh, it's fire. What month is it? Oh, yeah, it's summertime.
Right.
Does that...
Honestly, maybe I'm having a stroke. Like, it's burnt toast.
I think it's like
done.
You just smell fire sometimes, and that heightens your senses, and then it makes you think what month it is.
Okay, doctor. Fuck all. We're not boiling this down to what's happening in my brain, okay? We're boiling this down to...
You try and boil it down,
I'm trying to
then.
say, maybe, you know what? Let's take a step back.
Okay.
If you just were in a vacuum, there's no seasons around, you're locked in a dark room, and you smelt fire, what season are you thinking of?
I'm thinking I got to get out of the room if I smell fire. I got to get the fuck out of that room.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
good
going
point.
to die.
Well, what would you... What
Death
season?
season.
Death season. What would you think?
If I was locked in a room.
Let me... You know what? Let's not even answer the question. Let me skip around.
Okay.
What scenario would you smell a fire and think, oh, it's spring? You wouldn't. You see? Spring isn't a fire season, but fall, winter, and summer are all fire
Okay,
seasons.
I'll say this. The only spring fire smell I understand and I'm associating with right now is like that, like when the priest is doing the fucking
the incense.
Easter.
Right.
Easter, but it's like an
That's a
incense.
specific
That's
smell,
a specific fire.
Totally different thing.
That one is like a... You know when he's doing this
Yeah.
thing with the chain?
Yeah,
you
the
know?
frankincense.
Yeah.
The chain. The little
Yeah.
ball. with
Do
the
that
thing.
chain, hang low, do it lava to the flow.
That's kind of a gangster music.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
That was one of the smartest things I've ever heard. I'm so happy you're my best friend.
I'm entertained by my own comment.
Do another one.
Let's go. All right.
Do another one.
I do have a couple.
This
is another stupid thing that I wanted
can't
to
wait.
ask you. This is actually like I have thoughts on this. Do you appreciate costumes, right? I love a good costume.
You do love a good costume.
I'm a sucker for Halloween.
Yeah.
I will put an ungodly amount of effort into a costume just for the moment, right? Do you appreciate on a woman? Do you appreciate a funny costume or a slutty costume? And why? Or is there like a perfect medium that you would appreciate? Or are you like, I like a funny or a slutty? I know this is a loaded question. There's probably, you got reasons for both. I understand you're a man, okay? I
I'm
know
a
you're
man
married.
with a wife.
Well, I have a wife. I don't
So,
think people are attractive. Shut up. We know what's going on.
Do I appreciate...
What do you appreciate? What kind of costume do you appreciate?
a funny costume.
Facts.
Because it's a slutty... I'm like an old man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, what are
Creepy old
What
man.
am I talking? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a ring on my finger. I can't be like the slutty ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That can't be...
I love
whoa.
the slutty going. Yeah.
In my house right now that I
Yeah.
share with my wife, I'm a big slutty costume guy.
No, I agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I don't really.
Yeah, I believe you, pal. Yeah.
No, I really don't appreciate just a blatantly slutty costume. However, if it's like a slutty version of something that could never possibly be slutty and it's done really well, I appreciate. Let's think. There's a few. There's tons of. You can go. There's like. It's like, I guess that would be more of a cosplay thing, like a slutty movie character, where it's like a fucked up movie character, but they made it slutty. But if it's done the right way, I can appreciate that. I can't appreciate the girls who are like, I'm a slutty alien. They wear like a silver unitard that goes up their asshole,
Right.
and like they wear like an antenna. I'm like, you're just a whore.
Well, this is
You know what I
honestly
mean?
like an age thing. You know what I mean? Because
Is
if it's
it?
like, because if it's
Why?
like we're in college, it's almost like...
I felt the same way in college.
No, but this is what I'm saying though. It's like you're like, if you're just a blank statement, I feel like it's a 50-50. You know what I mean? It's like 50% of costumes are slutty, 50% of costumes are funny. You know what I mean? That's a college thing. But now we're in our 30s. So if I'm at like a Halloween party with like couples and stuff, and like everybody's like, there's not even funny costumes. People are just sometimes just like, that's their fucking costume.
Yeah,
you
they're
know what I
like-
mean? It's like,
right.
that's just the middle of the road costume. You know
it's
what I
like
mean? It's
you
just
dressed
like,
up as that guy.
you're just dressed up
Yeah.
as that thing, or
Yeah.
sometimes it's like a character or something like that. But if like one of the wives is just dressed of like, I never was able to be the slutty kitten when I was 22, so I'm a slutty kitten. Red flag.
Red
You know
flag,
what I mean?
but dude, you hang out with a certain caliber of people that aren't slutty, which is a good thing. I'm not knocking you.
Do you know a lot of slutty married people?
No, not like. Well, I know people who are married that would dress in a slutty costume for Halloween, no doubt. Like certain people, not even just women. Like I know guys in serious relationship. That's another thing. Like a guy who dresses as like the Greek god because they're like in good shape. You know those guys,
Right.
You gotta just.
Yeah, that's not
You
it.
gotta cut that. Yeah, like it's the same feeling.
I could be the Greek god,
and that's fun.
When my
no, I don't even
man
think,
titties out.
I don't think you're in bad shape. No, I think you have to be in bad shape to be the Greek god and make it funny.
Okay.
Like you're a good looking guy. I would still be like, this
thanks.
guy's trying to be hot.
Okay.
You're welcome for that compliment. I just slipped in there.
A guy. You were a very funny slutty costume in college. I remember you were like you were a bunny, weren't you? A
I was
Playboy
a Playboy bunny. Yeah, but Tony was Hugh Hef. Like that was a fun costume.
It's funny and slutty.
Funny and that's what I'm saying. Good combo.
Yeah.
You see,
That's a good combo.
I was Britney Spears 2 years ago. I was butt naked, hilarious,
Yeah.
but slutty.
But slutty, yeah.
I was in a skirt, not slutty.
Right.
That's
So there
what I'm
is
saying. There's a medium
there's
where
a
it's like
scale.
you could appreciate it. But if you're blatant slutty, we know
You gotta
you're-
be
like,
young.
Come on, be better.
Yeah. You could be
better.
slutty, but it's got to be funny.
It's got to be funny, right?
I haven't said
exactly.
slutty that many times.
Slutty's a good word.
in a
like,
really
it describes,
long time.
Describes exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Slutty.
Yeah. Do you have your Halloween costume already?
No, I really haven't gotten around to it, and I feel like I'm dropping the ball.
Me and Emily have a sick.
Oh, what is it?
I
don't have plans. That's the thing. If I had like set plans for
Oh, do you want
Halloween,
to come to a party?
now I have plans.
Okay, then I can't tell you what we're gonna be.
Damn it! You were
know?
just gonna break.
No,
First of all, you weren't gonna invite me unless I asked.
Oh well,
I mean,
haven't
this is
seen-
insane.
I figured you would have plans.
Well, you figured wrong.
No, I can't tell you, but it's really good.
Really, you can't tell me?
Yeah.
That hurts a little bit. That sucks.
This probably won't even come out to Halloween, but I still can't tell you
Damn it.
because it's a surprise factor.
Okay,
you
okay.
know?
I respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect that. I can't see you topping Island Boys.
Dude,
And
this
who
one's
knew the
this
Island
one
Boys
is
were gonna
pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Who knew the Island Boys were gonna actually start fucking? Like you guys were dressed as the Island Boys and making out and shit, and like at the
Oh yeah, they started kissing each other.
bro, they're nuts.
Yeah.
What is going on?
We should actually be that again and make
fuck.
like a sex video.
Go to a sex
Yeah.
tape. Yeah, go to a sex party. Dude, what a ridiculous
Yeah,
world we're in.
wow.
Yeah, they're fucking each
They've
other. I
kissed.
guess. They don't not kiss.
That's
They
so.
haven't kissed. They haven't made out 0 times.
I've seen them kiss before, which I'm like, what is my algorithm? You know, that's one of those ones. Is like I gotta put my phone away.
I know. It's like, okay, in the draw you go. You
Yeah.
know, I need to shut
The
down.
Island
for a little
Boys,
bit.
but that's
Yeah.
they do a bunch of like fake videos with some other YouTube kid that I get on my fucking Instagram.
they
So-
do-
and
they
it's
do
like,
collabs?
They do like they pranked each other that they're gonna like shoot each other with guns. Like real guns. They're like, I'm gonna go get my pistol. I'm gonna fuck you up, and then like they run out of the house, and I'm like, this is really good stuff.
Dude, I saw
My brain loves this.
I saw an interview with them. I hate that they're always together. Like I always see it's them two on a screen and they're fucking zooming with like somebody who's dumb enough to interview them. And they asked like, "Oh, like you said you were on Instagram Live the other day and you said you were bisexual. Like, are you bisexual?" Like just asking him.
He's like, nah, I like women and I like fucking my brother.
And he goes, "I'm gay sometimes."
Oh, really?
And then he was like, nah, I'm just playing. I was just like, like I troll. So I was just trolling. I was like, but now I'm confused because you made out with your brother like on Instagram.
That's
so,
just
like,
for views.
why- No
that's
shit.
That's just a sick brain that.
But we created the world that allows that to like be
Listen,
a job. Like, that sucks.
I hope that in the afterlife there is no hell and we all go to a nice place. But if there was a hell in a different place, I hope the Island Boys go there and I don't have to see them in the afterlife.
Completely
You know,
agree. Completely
they just have
agree.
worms in their brains.
I think if there is hell, there should be categories of hell. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like the Island Boys are with all the other.
Try too hard to be viral and you have wormy brains.
Right to that circle of hell.
And then
Yeah.
it's like legitimate. They're not necessarily bad people.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like,
They don't deserve to be in heaven, though.
No,
They're still shitty.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are.
yeah.
They're not bad. They're shitty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Last question I have on Halloween. And
Oh,
we'll move
thanks.
on. It's very quick because I know you had a little bit of an issue as a kid. Where you at on Halloween candy?
What
do
mean?
you use Halloween to like binge on candy a little bit? Like, do you
Not-
still like candy?
Yeah. Don't you?
Like, if I could have like a Reese's, but I can't like sit and eat like a pound of candy. I can't sit and eat like a bunch of candy.
yeah.
I can have like
mean-
one candy, and then I'm like, that was delicious. I'm set.
You know what's funny is you ever have like the organic peanut butter cups? It's
Yeah,
like done by the kid.
Yeah,
like
the
that
problem with
kid.
that is my
It's
brain
really his
does this
mom,
thing
but
where
it's
they're
got-
like, this is healthy, eat all of them.
Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
my thing. What is that thing called?
I forget what
I
they're
could see
called,
the
but-
wrapper. It's like that white wrapper,
Me
and it's
too.
like David's
That
candy
might be
or
it.
something.
David's. It might
something.
be David's.
Justin's.
There it
Yes,
is.
Justin's.
Nice, Liz.
But that is the issue with it is like that shit actually tastes like natural.
Right.
And at Reese's used to be like my favorite candy.
Right.
But I'll eat one of them and it's like as it's going down the gullet, I'm just like, yo, this is like cancer going in my
sugar,
body.
like coats it, like
but it's
burns.
like you could taste the chemical. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not peanut butter. This is not chocolate. I don't know what this is.
Exactly.
And that's really sad because like Reese's used to just be like my favorite thing ever.
Oh.
And now you could taste that. So that's my thing with candy is like I could eat fucking 5 slices of pizza in one sitting and like
doubt.
I'll hate myself, but I'll still do it. But
Yeah.
like a candy, it's like I'm very quick to just being like, what am I
Like that
what-
was okay, cool, but like that hurt.
Yikes.
That
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
that did
I'm
hurt.
the same way. I like old man candy now. Like
What,
a
like
old
Werther's?
No, like a real, like like you're saying, like a natural fucking peanut butter cup.
Oh, that's new age shit.
Yeah, but that's like old man.
I thought you were
candy.
gonna be like, I like to suck on caramels.
I like butterscotch.
No, I won't use it as an excuse to. I do want to go to the movies though, and just like have a big old fucking like popcorn for dinner moment,
bunch of crunch.
and just like I haven't done that
Maybe
in a
a
while.
Swedish fish, a little on the side.
But dude, I had Swedish fish kind of recently, and I was like sick as shit afterwards too.
Dude, I remember I had a fruit roll up and my stomach was in a knot for like
Yeah.
3 days. I was like, holy, I felt like I ate like bleach.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it hurt so much. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
My boy Trevor Liberty, my friend who's a comic.
I need a comment on that, by the way. Phenomenal
Yeah.
stage name. Even
That's
though
his real
I
name,
know,
though.
and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a sweet name.
Yours is pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Basic as hell.
Yeah. What do you hate Irish people?
We'll get there.
He has a bit about it's something like he's like you can write yourself an email in the future. Like you can like write an email and then like set a time to like send it to yourself.
Really?
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know
he
that.
does a bit where he's basically like, I found this out when I was like 20 years old, and I wrote myself to a future self to myself as a 30-year-old. Okay, and he's like 30 now, and he's like, and he reads it. He's like, I bet you're reading this from the pool right now, and you just have all this money, and like blah 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 like that. And he's like, none of that happened. My life sucks. Blah blah blah. And he's like, so I recently wrote myself to I was feeling inspired, and I wrote an email to myself to open up when I'm 40, and it says, if you're reading this, good job, buddy, keep going. So my question is, as we're now both 30. We're 20. We were 20 to 30.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself? How do you see because when I think of myself as like 20, I'm just like, what a different,
Right.
whole different
Not
situation.
the same human.
Yeah.
Literally not the same.
Infinitely so far away from that version of myself. So how do you see? Can you see what you would be when you're 40?
Yeah, that thought.
What do you want for this decade?
That thought makes me super optimistic about who I'm going to be when I'm 40.
Yeah,
because I'm
right?
so happy. Not that I'm like everything I thought I'd be at 30 necessarily, but I'm happy with the person I am compared to who I was when I was 20.
I'm really happy with the person I am at 30 compared to 20.
I mean, yeah,
Way poorer than I
would've been-
thought I was going to be. Like infinitely so much more poor than I ever thought.
I thought I was gonna accidentally like be able to retire at 30.
Like
you know what I mean?
I thought I would have $1 million, and
Yeah.
I barely have $1.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy how poor I am.
We're like, well, maybe there will be a nuclear war, and then houses will be affordable, and then I'll
Right.
buy a house.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, I definitely am not financially where I thought I'd be, but as far as like who I am, wow, what an improvement.
Yeah, yeah.
So by 40, maybe then we'll be rich, right?
If we're not, I'm writing that email to my 50-year-old self.
If not, that
It's
balcony's
like, no
looking-
shot you're reading this right now, but if you
Are
are.
you sitting down? That's how
Yeah.
it starts. Hey, buddy, are you sitting down? You're 40. Don't kill yourself.
I think 30s could be the finance moment. I do.
I think the 30s are. People always say that your 30s are the best.
One might say they need to be. One might say I don't have a choice.
Yeah,
you
one
know?
might say it's really important that these become the financial years of our lives.
I did a really good job character building in my 20s.
Right. Well, you got sober.
Yeah.
You stopped doing all that.
Yeah.
And that's really the only thing you did. No, I'm just kidding. No, you did a lot. You did a ton of character building. You're chasing comedy.
Yeah.
You're doing what you love. You're not getting paid for it.
Not a dime.
But that's this decade.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
what we're shooting for.
Yeah. You. It's my turn. Jesus. You okay? Here's one. You were like disgustingly jacked and like too skinny and like too Guido, and you've like phased out of that. Good job, dude. You were like such a like douchey little fuck, and now you're like really cool. That's a killer, bro. No, honestly, I'm gonna give you a major body compliment.
You were really fat. Now you're kind of fat.
Hey, let's go. No, but seriously, your body was like you were having like a Mike the Situation inspiration, but now you're like you have a. I'm gonna give you a really good compliment.
I'm so worried.
Your bod is like rocking, dude, because you have this like you still are jacked and you still somehow have a six pack, but you're like 200 pounds, and you're just like moosey, but it's like hot moosey. So if
hot moosey's kind of the move.
And if you hold that through 30s, like that's
say that maybe that's what I'm gonna have to really look at when I'm 40.
What I mean?
Like if I could hold on to this center of gravity, we're good.
Yeah,
it could go. We could get chunky quick though, in the moosey category,
right?
You know what I mean? Because I got moosey from just like I like to eat and I just didn't stop.
Right.
It could get ugly fast, but we'll keep it together. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say.
Now I commented on your externals. Anything about your internals? I think that you
fucking
I think that you've done you did a lot of like good mental health. I think we both done a lot of good mental health.
I think that's our biggest.
We like really went in on mental
really
health.
Broke it down, huh?
When it happened. Like I think mental health had like the huge kind of like mental health is cool. Talking about it is cool, and we like almost like overshot on it.
Yeah, we did it on camera,
and then we were able to like I think pulling it like and then finding like the groove on that.
I think
was a cool space to be into our 30s.
I think what we did in our 20s, to just reword what you basically just said, is we really did the soul searching.
Yeah.
Like we really let our minds and bodies kind of go where they were going to find where we were supposed to be.
Right.
And I feel like I know a lot of people who didn't let themselves do that.
And
they're in a weird spot.
People have midlife crises. We chose to have quarter life crises.
Let's get this thing out the way.
And I think we're better humans
I
for
would
it.
agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
So cheers to 40.
I was going to give you one of these, but I don't have it in me. I'm a
cheers
good guy.
To 40.
Cheers to 40.
Let's hope we're prosperous.
Yeah.
And alive.
We can make that happen, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we can make it happen.
I'm on my way.
Listen, if this podcast is still going on when we're 40, then we know we did it okay.
Why would it not?
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I'll say this. Doing that set yesterday, like this is why the podcast, there's no external feedback because it's just us sitting here. But like doing stage stuff and destroying like the times where I'm fucking killing in stand up, I'm like, I've only been doing this for like a year and a half. You know what I mean? If I keep going with this, it's like you know what I mean?
Right.
We're fucking doing.
Really quick, we could cut this out, but I'm on Hinge now again. I am recently single.
There we go.
And it's not. We're not going down that road.
Yeah.
But so I'm on Hinge. I'm not really that active, but I'm on there. And some girl the other day, I have 2 videos from our podcast are on there. They're recent videos. And it was a kind of a random one. It was the one about when I was a little kid, I liked to break shit. Like I would just squeeze shit until it broke. Like a very niche video. And someone was like, "Oh my God, I've seen this video. Like I know this video." And it was like someone I've never met. And I didn't match them because I wasn't into it. But I was like, "Oh shit, like that's hilarious. We're fucking sick.
Come on.
We're sick.
Come on.
Fuck you."
Oh, wow. Wow, that does hurt.
It does hurt, right?
That hurts. I'm sorry.
So last weekend it was Tony's 30th. It was our buddy's 30th birthday party. And I got like pretty banged up, but I wasn't a mess. But I went home and Tommy slept over my apartment and we had the weed at the house and we took a bong rip and the bowl got stuck in the bong when I ripped it. And I made a mistake and I fucked up. And the second I ripped it, I was just like, "Oh fuck, this is gonna be a pretty rough night." But I held it together. But Tommy, bless his heart, we were having a good conversation probably, but he starts talking about like finance. Like he gets in the nitty gritty of finance. And I'm like, the second it started, I like realized like I'm kind of getting a little hazy eyed, and I'm just like, I can't follow a word he's saying. And I'm like, now I'm like internal monologuing, and I'm like, you're doing great. You're fine. Like, cool, good for you. You're doing. And then that quickly turned into, you need to get the fuck out of this conversation right now. You're freaking out. And I was like, fuck. So I had to sleep in my mom's.
Oh, you're at your
room.
parents' house?
Yeah, I was at my parents' house. My parents were away, and like my room was occupied with some shit, so I had to sleep in my parents' bed. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just gonna fucking close my eyes, go to sleep, fight through this. Like I'm gonna be okay. I'm laying in bed, and I'm like not bad, and I'm like okay. And then all of a sudden, I got like from my tip of my toes, like to the top of my head, just like a wave of like, oh, you gotta throw up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, dude, fucking, you sit here and you spin it out, and you just eat it, just fucking stay. You're not throwing up today. That happened like it was like kind of like pregnancy contractions. Like it was like every 10 minutes, and then it was like every 2 minutes. Then it was like, you got to go to the bathroom right now.
It's crowning.
Yeah, the baby's coming.
Yeah.
So I fucking like I'm running to the bathroom, and like on the way, I'm so stoned and like fucked up. I'm like, no, dude, you're fine. You just have to shit. So I sit on this toilet, and I'm like, nope, you gotta throw up. I fucking get off the toilet. I'm holding on. And now my parents had got this. They just renovated the bathroom. And they got this awesome Japanese toilet or whatever, some toilet. And it does everything. It's got a bidet in it. It's like heated. So I'm holding on to it. And the toilet seat's warm, which is lovely. It is just delightful. I'm like, oh, what a hug I'm getting throughout this whole thing. Yeah. And now I'm like fucking like scream puking into this toilet, and I'm like, ah! And like right when I like
the
let
toilet's
it go,
giving you moral support. It's like, you can do this, Joe.
No, it was trying to, but what the toilet does, like I guess when you shit in it, it automatically sprays like a deodorizing spray. So I'm puking in this toilet, and then it's like poof. It's like poopery right in my face, like poof. I'm like, fuck, and then I'm like, it's like poof, and I'm like 6 times, like no, fucking stop, poof. Like I'm getting like sprayed with this shit. I'm just eating through it. Oh my god, it was like I just wish it was on camera because I'm like getting literally like choking on it, and then I'm puking. I
can't believe you still hit a bong.
I haven't hit a bong. That was my first bong I've hit. I don't think I
haven't smoked a bong in a long time.
No, I'm not built for that anymore. No. I'm like, this is a full joint, one hit out. I'm done. Yeah, wow. I was not ready for it.
You were also always the king of, I didn't clear the bowl, or like I didn't pull the thing. Like you always.
Yeah, I do it. We used to do that. No, you used to do it too.
As I was saying it, I was like, no, I did it too.
Yeah, that was you. Like we would be I have
and
so many images.
And then I would go to the floor and start coughing my.
Yeah, just be on the floor like this.
I'm gonna be here for a while. Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah,
buddy.
That was good.
That
times.
was like Taco Bell Chinese food days.
Yeah.
Those were good days. But yeah.
Okay. For time purposes, let's absolutely wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Very fun time.
Fun time.
Outrageous fun.
Yeah, the Outrageous Fun's back. We love y'all. If you're still here, we really love you.
Yeah. Why would people come?
They're there. They're somewhere.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Adios.
Peace.